A Russian delegation landed in Istanbul for the first direct peace talks with Ukraine in more than 3 years without President Vladimir Putin, despite calls from world leaders for Agrayshvili's attendance. As the talks unfold, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy arrives in Ankara to meet with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Only after this crucial meeting will Zelenskyy decide what steps to take next in peace talks with Russia. US President Donald Trump said today in Qatar that he could still travel to Turkey for the first direct Russia-Ukraine talks, ending their more than 3-year war if progress is made.
I was thinking about going, but it's very tough because of what we're doing today and tomorrow. But, if something happened, I'd go on Friday if it was appropriate. But we have people right now negotiating, and I just hope that Russia and Ukraine are able to do something, because it has to stop.
The U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, speaking at a NATO meeting in Antalya, Turkey, said there was no military solution to the conflict, and Trump is open to peace.
The big issue on everyone's mind is what's happening with Russia and Ukraine. The President of the United States has been abundantly clear he wants the war to end. He's open to virtually any mechanism that gets us to a just, enduring, and lasting peace, and that's what he wants to see.
NATO foreign ministers arrived to the opening of an informal meeting in the southern Turkish province of Antalya today, as Russia-Ukraine talks are due to start in Istanbul on the same day.
Ceasefire and immediate negotiations. That's absolutely clear. The ball is now clearly in Russia's court. They have to explain what they are doing, why they are here or not, and with what team or whatever. But let's make sure that we all understand that the ball is in their court. Ukraine is wanting to start the negotiations as soon as possible. And as I said before, it is thanks to the Americans and President Trump that the deadlock has been broken. It's now up to the Russians to make sure they take the next steps necessary.
The Russian Federation sent a fighter jet to monitor the situation, but it violated NATO airspace for nearly 1 minute, a significant escalation, according to the Estonian foreign minister. He emphasized that this move marks Russia's official connection to the so-called Russian Shadow Fleet. In response, NATO scrambled its own fighters to intercept and inspect the Russian aircraft. Latvia's foreign minister also weighed in, stating that NATO faces clear threats. She underscored that Russia is the most direct and significant threat to the security of NATO allies and Atlantic stability. At the same time, terrorism remains a major asymmetric threat to citizens worldwide. With the Russian delegation in Turkey and Zelenskyy in Ankara, the stage is set for potentially groundbreaking discussions between the two sides. Bureau Report, NewsX World.